If you haven't heard, there's a little tiny little movie called Divergent rolling down upon us. Maybe you haven't heard about it for the past 2 years. It arrives in theaters today.
Your results were inconclusive.
This was supposed to tell me what to do. We're supposed to trust the test.
Didn't work on you. They call it Divergent.
I've seen it. You haven't, but you've read the book.
I read all the books in the Divergent series and all the books like the Divergent series. So
of which there are many.
You would know better. You've seen this film, but sometimes these films can improve on the book, or leave the reader saying, you know what, I'll go home and read the sequel.
Right. Divergent does improve on the book because they were smart. They brought in a good director, a guy named Neil Burger, and they cast Shailene Woodley, who I love as an actress. She's kind of the wrong actress for this. She's better in realistic,
She'll be great in Fault in Our
movies.
Stars. She'll be great in that.
Right. She doesn't have that two-dimensional strength of character that Jennifer Lawrence brings to her movies, which is, I think, what makes Woodley interesting as an actress, just not quite right for here. You know, she plays this member of a future apocalyptic society that's divided into 5 factions. She chooses the dauntless faction. They're sort of the adrenaline junkie soldiers, and I just didn't buy her as very dauntless.
Well, I'm assuming it's a lot of Hunger Games running around and avoiding the,
but Burger and his production team create this believable future world that's more believable than the one in the book, and they sort of change enough and spackle over the parts that don't make sense, and for much of the running time, I was there, I was involved. It's a pretty sturdy story, and it's been visualized with flair. The last act, if you've read the books, you know what happens in the sort of climax is as silly in the movie as it is in the book. I just didn't buy into it. But of course, that leaves us hanging for the next installment.
Will people go into this like they did with the Hunger Games? Do you think it'll match that in ticket sales?
I think it will have a very strong couple of opening weeks as everybody who read the book. And they've been marketing this movie for years. People will show up. I don't think it will go on to have the sort of breadth of pop culture impact that the Hunger Games movies have. The first Hunger Games movie was pretty good, and the second one was actually quite good. And this is passable, better than I was expecting, but still, it's product. It's not a movie. Sorry.
Sometimes I love product, though.
True, but when there's a level of cynicism behind the motivations in making it, I resist. I'm sorry, I resist. Anyway, that's Divergent. You already know if you're going to see it, so don't listen to me. I'm Ty Burr.
I'm a Dauntless.
I'm an erudite.
I'm Meredith Goldstein.
I'm Ty Burr for the Boston Globe.